Is Brzezinski going to do what Herrera did in that first semi-final? Crowd certainly would like him to. Thank you very much, Mr. Brzezinski.
He's just so difficult to stop. He used to be a middle blocker, now playing as an opposite, and they run him in the same kind of tempo as a middle blocker, really. He's taken a couple of steps. This is more like a half ball for him, and he's comfortable hitting a quicker ball. Really nice play. Despite the fact the players have been through the warm-up, they've had a few minutes of serving to get them in the groove. Then there's quite a few minutes then of rest as we go through the protocols to get things going. So by the time they come back to the serving line at the start of the match, it's like they are starting again for the first time. That's a big serve from Paolo. He's really going to be a threat, but so too Fujinaka. Great work from him to work the block. It's something that the Suntory Sunbirds will not mind at all. They'll happily see 2-3 pairs of hands in front of them because they'll just use them and make them their best friend.
Three big threats, Fujinaka, Brzezinski and Alain Jr. Now these three could really trouble Itambé Minas today. Can they work well in unison? A triple block, goes over, lands where? Just inside.
It's also a net touch by the Sunbirds, so the point immediately going to Itambé Minas. Yet you mentioned that Fujinaka and Alain and Brzezinski, they're on a triangle, so they are have players in between them, so they're always a threat. And then within that other triangle, if you like, you've got the setter and the two middle blockers. Nicely done by Brzezinski. If we was to get a little bit more technical about volleyball, you've got your two outside hitters and your two middle blockers, and then you've got your opposite. Your opposite's your out-and-out power, as we're seeing here with Brzezinski, the player that is there to win you points in every situation. Then you have an outside hitter 1, an outside hitter 2, the same with the middle blockers. And what you do is you then try and make it so your outside hitter 1 generally is your stronger hitter, your go-to hitter, the one that is probably slightly better, and the same with your middle blocker. But what you don't want to do is have them all on the same rotation next to each other, so you put them on that triangle. Now, as we get to this level though, that difference is minuscule, if not at all. So it comes down to, actually, for the outside hitters 1 and 2, where are they happier passing? Are they more happy to be passing from position 1 and 6 or from position 6 and 5? In terms of where they're more comfortable, and that's it. It's more or less a preference in passing than it is in their abilities in attack.
Orlando Magic.
Everyone thought that was going to Santos, didn't they? That was wonderful.
All of 21 years of age, Orlando, Gustavo Orlando.
Lovely block. And equally good as well from the Sunbirds, both teams cancelling each other out, and then it's Brzezinski who makes sure that that was going to be the Sunbirds' point.
For once, I'd like this one to go to 5 sets.
Well, I'll tell you what, that went to Spike Tang. If we see this for 5 sets, that will be incredible. Easy lead for Mikey. Look, one of the reasons why the liberos wear a different coloured jersey is because there's specific rules around them, for those of you that are wondering. They're not allowed to, oh, that's a big foot fault from Santos. The players, the liberos are not allowed to spike the ball above the height of the net, and they're not allowed to set the ball with their hands if they're inside the 3-meter line. So it makes it a lot easier if they're wearing a different coloured shirt to be able to identify that straight away. Sometimes in the heat of a rally and things get going and suddenly a touch is made, if they're wearing the same jersey, it could be quite difficult for the referee to spot that. So it's clearly identifiable where they are, what their role is, and what they can and cannot do.
Yep, good fun, Clayton, to get a little revision of these little tidbits about the sport. I'm sure millions watching across India and the world would have made a note. Well done. Pipe attack, half of it worked well. That ricochet perhaps disturbing Fujinaka's view. Correction, Coelho's view.
It's really difficult. You get set. If you watch the players in the back row, they try to take a neutral position. And you see Mikey, he saw that was going one way and he's made that adjustment. But then the late touch from Paolo is what's taken it away from everybody and sent them all in the wrong direction. Well left. This is why, look back to that last point where the replay, we saw that the reach from Paolo, he's better off not doing it, he's better off leaving it. That would have been probably picked up by Mikey. So when you're blocking, you really want to stay disciplined, not reach outside your body line, not go chasing after the ball if you can help it. Well played on Nadera, he's ready to play, that's for sure. There's not a lot of movement of players in the Japan League because you go to your club to work for that club. So you have a contract and it's your job. It's like going to the office, and in this case for the players of the Suntory Sunbirds, their day job is to play volleyball. And that's why you have players who sign their contracts and stay with clubs for their entire career. That, whilst I'm babbling on, Muzeski's just made an incredible layout touch, and he's unlucky that it didn't stay in play.
But a couple of feet to its left and it would have been an easy ball for a spike. Instead it ended up being a bit of a dolly, a lollipop.
Puts up on a plate. Over pass was put away, the over is it turned out. Nicely done. There'll be a lot of speed around Doya with his players, trying to make it difficult for the Itambé block to know where it's going and how to react to it. Such a good touch from Muzeski. Oh, goodness me!
This is a burglary.
Look at this, look how high he's getting. 344, that's immense. Santos going a bit steep, that's why the block got hold of it. Good reactions from Paolo. Another chance here for the Sunbirds. Well, that was too easy. Isaac didn't even need to jump. That was set to right to where he was waiting.
Hot potatoes for dinner on a Saturday night. Blazing ball of fire, that's what it was. Such a high ball toss. But then that parabola that we often talk about in this sport, floating away outside.
Kenya Fujinaka with the serve. And its younger brother with the layout and make the dig, and it's still in play, but not anymore. Double touch called. There is talk, there are rumblings, rumours, that maybe the double touch rule will be taken out of the game altogether, with one exception, when you are sending it back over the net. In which case, if you were to get it, it would be a fault. Because what we're seeing time and time again is when you make a double touch in the rally, the team is still in a difficult position. If you fumbled the touch, you're still having to recover. You're not going to put that on a plate for someone to have a swing. So, and again, it makes it a lot easier for people watching. The rally's still going, the ball's still in play. It's still advantage with the team on the other side of the net. They're likely to get something easy to deal with, and then we can have a rally that finishes on a positive action more often than not.
Does that make players happier?
Oh, it won't make coaches happy. It will. There'll be that transition period with anything where you've got that, and it's just like that. Well, when I used to play, you couldn't double touch it at all. Yeah, that's great, but that was when you used to play. That's not the case now. I think what it would be more for this level of volleyball to have it, but to enforce it for the younger level, for the players coming through, so that they learn the good control. What we don't want to create is a very sloppy game of volleyball.
Times they are changing. Here he comes from the backcourt. No, not good enough. He'll come again. Yes, he will, but it won't work. This time the double block was ready. It was a mighty block with Alain Jr. at the heart of it.
Got his angles spot on. Well, there's a few unforced errors coming in here from Itambé, and Sunbirds lead by 2. There's going to be a change coming for the team from Brazil. Radke's coming on.
Only a 2-point gap between the two teams, but I love the rhythm of this contest so far. Both teams going hard at each other. They're playing positive volleyball, not cagey, which is often the case in knockout games.
Can you with this level, if you don't take your risk, if you don't go for it, then you're going to be in trouble. Wowee. The two players in the air pretty much at the same time then, but it's still a point for the Sunbirds.
The anticipation of the crowd when the ball is set to Muzeski. They just know what's coming. They get a whiff of it because, well, what a great save that was. And then the set, in comes Muzeski, and that's what he does. They love him here.
Those are the runs of points for the Sunbirds. Itambé got a side out at 12, and then they got a point from service, but Sunbirds got back to 13-all, now had 3 points from service. Going to be Sato to serve. Lovely ball in from Mikey. Onodera had to commit, but he's up against Isak. Isak hits it from such a high place. Onodera's just reaching up to get near the ball, so he can't get far across the net enough to send this down. He's just reaching up and up, so it's an easy way to take it off his hands and away, out of court. Somehow that's not hit the floor. Muzeski denies it from coming over. And now there's a swing chance for the Sunbirds, of sorts. Oh, yes! A 1-foot Yahoo from Muzeski, and the Sunbirds take the point.
Hashtag Thriller 13 from the Suntory Sunbirds. Magical Muzeski. He is a maverick. He makes things happen. He's the playmaker. He's the catalyst. They love him, don't they?
Teammates love him, and the crowd here love him. They'll tolerate that, as all teams do when you have jump servers. It's risk-reward stuff. You've got to go for it. Substitution again. Brian's come off now for Itambé. Court comes Gustavo Orlando. It's into the back row, so there are 3 huge hitters at the net for Itambé. So he'll be looking to choose from if he can. Very good serve. But again, the Sunbirds working the block. They know it's there. They know that they have to do something with it. Alan was never looking for the floor with that. He was looking to get it off those hands and away.
Yet another service error. Alain Jr.
Decent ball. And a great finish. Itambé were sure that was going to go to Muzeski. Instead, Fujinaka puts it on the floor. Oh dear. Well, that was a case there. Marcus Vinicius was thinking that's going out. It's going out, and then he's thinking, no, it's not, and he's tried to play it, but he's done it way too late. Look at him. Look at his setup. He's watching it. He's watching it. He's watching it, and then he's like, yeah, that's probably going out. Oh no. Alain a little bit too far into court, really, playing six. Most of the six players that play six, or middle back, which is an easy way to describe it, will play on the baseline or just behind it for this exact reason, so they can go get that ball pretty easily and it'll be in front of them. Oh, yes. Well, he more than made up for it from not making a dig on the last play to getting the side out on that play. Isaac's gone. It's a free swing for Alain. Sanchez, if you give him that angle, he will take it.
Yep, clean as a whistle from Michael Sanchez. That made it look so easy.
It's a foot fault from Sanchez. That's 2 foot faults now from Itambé Minas from the serving line. Those are the amateur errors. Those are the errors you get from junior volleyball. You would not be expecting them to do that here. But that's volleyball. It happens. And now Paolo has arrived. It's taken a while. He's a man that hits the ball fast, but more importantly, hard. 117 kilometers an hour, but this is just impacted right in Fujinaka. He'd have felt that. Even with his abs of steel, he would have felt that.
Punch in the gut. Not said. Well done! Super Sato! Very, very creative there, Kenji Sato, with that move.
And it's worth pointing out as well, he is actually left-handed, so he's had to make a really good adjustment to play that with his right. Hiroki Nishida on to serve. Well played, Isaac. Well, it's an easy leave, and that is a bit of a worry. Isaac has just tweaked his ankle. He's landed after the serve, or maybe he might have done it as he went up, and that's the error with the serve, but it's not a good sign. Takes off okay, seems all right with that. He's hit it. Oh yeah, just landed a little awkwardly. That's something pinch him in the back of his leg, hasn't he? There are other middle blockers they can use. Austin Wilmot, who's been with the team since 22-23, came from Pepperdine. Was at UC Irvine before that, Big West Conference bronze medalist. They've also got as well Micheluki Renan, as he's otherwise known. Kelvy Souza, well, Micheluki's on sorts, they'd have to use Kelvy. Whether Isaac can go off because he just finished serving, they could have done that a little earlier. They're going to give him some treatment. Lovely pick-up. What a great touch that is by Fujinaka. But what a great block from Itambé.
I'm just going to get a bit too far ahead of myself and take the risk of sticking my neck out and say it's the defensive abilities of Suntory Sunbirds. If they win tonight, for me, they are the dark horses tomorrow.
This is the thing about them, is it doesn't matter. They're the shortest team here, probably by averages. Muzeski probably helps that average a bit, and that's a really good save from him. Free ball, Itambé. They touch everything except that, and that's a wonderful swing because they've managed to get a one-on-one. One-on-ones, you expect that ball to go down, but otherwise they get touches on so many things that they just wear you down. Advisory timeout called by the Sunbirds. They've still got a couple of set points. It's the culture of Japanese volleyball, Asian volleyball, is not to let the ball hit the floor without getting something on it, getting close to it. And with all that hard work they put in doing that, I watched Japan warming up, training session, national team. Spent the whole session just working on defense. That was all they did, working on touching the ball, touching the ball, touching the ball. And you're always doing that, the clubs are doing that. It just frustrates the other team, and the best thing about it is you're feeling a bit frustrated. They've just made another dig, but we got the block. Okay, well, let's get the blockers up. And then they just go, thank you very much. We'll take it off your hands and then get the point.
And then they have Muzeski and Alain with the firepower as well, so they've got that balance going for them. Surely Suntory Sunbirds a better defense than Perugia.
Well, that's something we'll have to wait and see, I think, because we could talk about that for a while. What we can say, though, is they've taken the first set, the Sunbirds, and this is how they did it. Trying to get some extra power on the serve. Didn't work. Really good start then for the Suntory Sunbirds. They take the opening set, 25-22 here in Bengaluru. What we're going to see if and when the Sunbirds make it to the final is that they're going to be up against a really well-organised block with not many gaps, if any, and so they're going to have to be super accurate if they're going to use that block to their advantage. Only one block each for both of these teams in this first set. 4 more attacks and 2 less errors saw the Sunbirds over the line. And in terms of the blocks, these are the locations. So what we get, you can see from that is that there was only 1 block for a point. I've no idea which one of those it was, doesn't matter, but those were touches that they made. And then when you look at the number of touches that are coming now from the Sunbirds, it's more. So that slowing down of the ball is enabling them to then make a dig, make a set, and have an attack, and transition from defense into offense. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it, when you're watching the fans all enjoying themselves and they're probably going, right, I'm going to be Muzeski. No, I'm Muzeski. But then they go, yeah, but I'm slightly taller than you. Oh, all right then. Because you can tell, certainly for the kids that are watching, they'll start to create their heroes, won't they? Their heroines. That for those that are going to be watching the Women's Club World Champs that are taking place in China next week, that these icons of the game, these role models of the game are here and really inspiring the fans and the younger and the players to either want to take it up or want to be better or want to be like them.
Yes, and both these teams will be in action once again tomorrow, not against each other. One in the third place game, the other in the grand finale as well. 2 matches tomorrow, so in case you're in Bangalore, please do turn up at the Kormangala Indoor Stadium here in Bengaluru, because this is your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to watch these world-class players, once in a year for sure, because I'm very, very confident that with the success of this one, there will be a lot more international quality volleyball action on Indian soil in the times to come.
Second set underway. Itambé Minas with the serve. They're trailing by 1-0 against the Sunbirds. That man hasn't really got going yet, Paolo. "21 attack points coming into this game, 1 block and 5 aces, but we've seen nothing of him from the serving line so far. Oh yes, ace serve, Serto. Really well-placed serve into where Renan, the middle blocker, is moving in front of Mikey. And so Mikey's a little unsure here as to who's going where. You see Renan suddenly got in his way. He's right across him. And he's not linked into anything. He's just blocked him off. There's no chance for Mikey to play that.
Oops moment of the match. Boom!
Sanchez gets them back on track. Fujinaka brothers just have a little look at each other. I think there might even be a little eyebrow raise. This is going out. They let it go. Not to be that time for Mazerski from the serving line. A good lead by Fujinaka. A few gifts coming from Itambé, and as a result of that, the Sunbirds up by 2 at the moment. Excellent. If you can get one-on-ones, as in one attacker against one blocker, the advantage is with the attacker, particularly if it's right in their hitting window. Really good swing there from Sanchez to find the line. Yeah. There's not enough pressure coming from the serving line for Itambé. Each time they miss like that just gives Suntory Sunbirds a point without having to do any work whatsoever. Go back and try and Itambé work even harder. Well played, Renan. Oh, Kelby, who's come on to replace Isaac, who's not started this second set. For those of you wondering where Isaac is, he just tweaked his left leg when he landed off the back of a serve towards the end of the first set.
Yep, Kelby Souza, 22-year-old middle blocker. Been with the team since 2020.
There's so much talent within Brazilian volleyball. A lot of these players, like Kelby, who's played at the under-23s in the Pan American Championships, he gets a gold medal, but still doesn't get a look into the national team. Touch once again, slowing it down. Oh, Mikey! What a beauty from him! Oh, I'd say chest it. Doesn't matter, any part of the body will do. This is a spectacular rally. And now Sunbirds have a real chance to finish it off. Really good play again, though. Itambé slowing it down. Sanchez, oh goodness, Oya gets in on the action. Is that in? Oh no, it isn't. And I don't think there was a touch. Oh, what a shame it ends on a negative action, but what an epic rally that was. Taxi for Mikey, certainly was. But then Muzeski flexing his pecs to keep the ball in play. Unfortunately with his swing though, he couldn't do the same. It's got to happen at some point, you feel, that they will make it a bit more difficult from the serving line. Kenya. Paolo can. Good lead.
Another service error from Paulo into the net at times, then goes over. Just hasn't found his bearings right with the serve.
That can play on your mind as well if you're not careful. If you go back and you miss the serve, you go back next time you missed it, third time you missed it. Mikey tries to save it. That is the mentality of a libero. Okay, it's a free net. Okay, it's Muzeski. 2 minutes and 18. He's right on top of this. Yeah, I can get it. And he nearly did. Timeout called by Itambé Minas. Just get a glimpse, actually, of Oliver Lissat, the French coach, his assistant coach, who's come from Montpellier. He's also been assistant coach for France national team, now assistant coach to the Suntory Sunbirds. But right now the work and the noise coming from Ferreira as he tries to guide his team back into this set and with it into the match. Nicely done, Renan. I think that has tagged the line. Indeed it has. The referees get told almost instantly by the technology whether the ball is in or out. Right back out, yeah. No throw coming. Oh yes, it is a throw. It has been called as a catch ball. I thought for a second it was given it to the Suntory Sunbirds. It did stay a little longer. It looked like it stayed a little long in the hand. Back in the day, when the volleyball was just white, you could do that. You could throw it. You could, and the middle blockers really did just chuck it around. You had no chance of stopping it.
Okay.
Too quick.
Tricky question, maybe. If you had the powers, what's the one thing you'd change about the sport? One rule.
It's a very good question, and I'm not sure I can answer that right now. I might have to think about it. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are watching going, I do this and I do that, but I think I like the fact that that maybe to do away with the double touch unless you're sending the ball over the net. In which case you have to be in control, because we want to keep the ball flying, we want to keep the rallies going, we want it to be exciting. and not so much a rule change, but a rule enforcement. And I'd make play, and I would enforce the rotation rule. It's there for a reason. So players need to be in a certain place when that ball is being served. They can leave their position and move to where they want on contact. At this level, players are moving all over the place early. Orlando at the moment is at position 4. Before this ball is touched, he's probably going to be getting out or getting close to being out of rotation. So that means now that teams are going with jump serve, jump serve, jump serve when they wouldn't need to, because you've got to stay in your position. So that means we're going to get more ball in play and get more rallies as a result. So I'd probably do that, just enforce the rule a bit more. Good dig. That's a fabulous dig. That's more like it from Itambé, a break point for them, and they are level. And it's now the Sunbirds who request the timeout. Good leave. Onodera with the serve. Well left by Mikey. Well played, Muzeski. Even when you think you've got him, you've got to think again.
Giant, absolute giant of this game.
Oh, yes. It's just, honestly, I've been involved in volleyball for 30 years as a player, as a coach, and now as a commentator, and I still am as excited as the first day I walked in the gym to see volleyball, when then I was looking at players doing that and thinking, I wonder if I could be like them, and then I was for a little bit, and then now to watch them all doing it, it's like, oh my goodness, it's just incredible to watch. Well played. That's a lovely touch from Muzeski.
This is a joke. Muzeski is just toying with the opposition.
He's just full of confidence. Look at that. He makes it. The cool thing about that was he makes the touch. He steps out to create the space. He knows he's getting it back, and then he knows the block's there. He's like, well, okay, well, I can still do something with it. Smart volleyball. Sato makes a touch, but not a meaningful one. Really like to get his serve going. He has done. So he stops any middle coming. Can they stop Muzeski? Ooh, they might have done. They have done. And now Itambé Minas move in front. He's tried to avoid the block and he's missed the court in the process.
I remember this has happened 2 or 3 times in this match already. When he tries to go down the line, somehow just hasn't looked as comfortable as he does when he goes cross-court.
That's well played. That's what happens when you're 2 meters and 18. So when he stood on the floor and he puts his hands up, he's probably got his elbow on the top of the net. That's how far above the net he is. So when he plays this now, even though he's coming down, look, he's touching. He's got all the strength to play that ball and joust out the block in front of him. As shown when he's just giving it the little flex. It's not easy to serve the ball into the antenna. Saito did very well to find it.
Out goes Sato, in comes Fujinaka, the libero.
Lovely pass. Great reactions. Oh, fantastic. It is in. There was just a momentary pause as they weren't quite sure. Wonderful work, Paolo. Boya might just have hurt himself a little bit. Number 8, the setter. Have a little look as he goes for that. It's a clash. And he's got a clash with Fujinaka. Caught his head. He'll be okay though.
Very animated, the Minas coach, Pereira.
That was contact. The pace of that ball from catching the hand to the defender, even in slow motion here, that is fast.
That's martial arts flavored volleyball for you.
There really is, and then there's a lot of martial arts in volleyball. Actually, you're using your core to generate, using your hips to generate your speed and power. None of these guys, I mean, Paolo's quite a big-ish guy, but none of them are bodybuilders. None of them have built big muscles because it's too slow. Every single one of them has got, though, pretty much. Here's a six-pack there. Stability, core strength is huge.
Looking at the body language of the two coaches, Pereira very animated, very loud. On the other hand, the Japanese coach Koto Yamamura has hardly said a word.
Different style, just watch. As a result of that, take in what's happening. Do we need to change anything or not? Still a lot of volleyball left in this match, that's for sure. We're coming to the business end of this second set, but right now, with 1 point in it, Elam gets a serving run going, things can change. This is one Itambé would like to get off of really quickly. That's a really tough one. But that is why you have players like that in your team. What an incredible swing that was. Marcus Coelho is over the top of Onodera. Amazing. That's a huge serve. Well played, Onodera. That wasn't easy to deal with. Now it's free ball Itambé of sorts. They'll have to go behind. They're calling for a double touch. The Suntory Sunbirds are not going to get it. And that's a good example of that. Yes, it was a double touch really, but they weren't in a great position, Itambé, and they gave the Suntory Sunbirds a relatively easy ball, and they've been able to capitalise on it.
For a fraction of a second, Muzeski was perhaps not ready, and then very quickly he gets into his zone and does that kills it.
To be fair, it's not very often you see a Japanese team complain about anything. Onodera with the serve. Sunbirds one behind, but one set in front. They could get level. That's a lovely set from Muzeski, and they will get level. And it's just out of your picture. You just, as we went, you saw Muzeski coming in, but he was recreating his set as he went towards his teammates. That's great. This is well played. We're all square. Onodera will get to serve again. Great touch. Oh, good save. It'll come back cross court. That's hit the floor. What a time to do that from Oya.
Ooh, yeah, from Oya.
Oh, yes. And it's so smart, and quite rightly so. Enjoy that, because that is so clever and so delicate. And so important. Nice save this from Mikey, but where he was, it could only go back one way. They were waiting for that. They just couldn't quite get to that second ball over.
With that move, I hereby nominate him as the president of the small men club, the short men club.
I'm sure he'll take that title. And it just goes to show you don't have to be tall to play this game. You have to be good. That's simple.
All right, coach, when do I turn up for practice tomorrow?
Well, I think you should probably go and have a chat with one of the owners of the teams. I'm sure the Ahmedabad defenders might still be around, and some of them go and have a chat. So can I come training?
Do you fancy a coaching gig?
Love to. Coaching's such good fun. A lot of pressure, but good fun. It's a very good swing again. So this is where we want to be. 2020, all to play for. This is where mistakes, if they happen, will count double, you feel. Who can have a flawless 5 points? That's the question. So far, so good for the Sunbirds. They will go back to serve. Oya will go back to the serving line. And that means you can guarantee Itambé are going to have to play the ball. Oh, it's so difficult to hit a shoot ball like that as a lefty. That's brilliant. Well, shows what I know, doesn't it? That's a jump float serve. I don't think he's missed a jump float serve. And yet that's what the situation can do at times. If you let your mind wander, you let the outside come in. I serve Orlando! What a time to get that!
That was a spicy delivery from that service line. Clean. No one got a whiff of it. Forget about touching it.
That's changed things now, which is why the timeout's been called by the Sunbirds. After a service error to then get aced. Itambé back in the driving seat. striker just through the motions. Another big serve to come potentially here from Orlando. Well passed, but well read by Itambé Minas. They were ready for that quick attack. Paolo helping out in the middle. That's not the best setting choice in the end. That might just be good enough, you know, from Orlando. Because if they side out this next play, they'll have set point. Oh, that's close. Oh no, Fujinaka's wishing he hadn't left it now. It is set point to Itambé Minas. Just clipping the line. And what a person to go back to the serving line with a 2-point advantage to really go after this. The man who put the ball on the floor in the first place. And he does it with an ace. Itambé take the set, 25-22. We are one set apiece.
We are surely going to 4 sets in this second semi-final. The first one was a one-sided rout. This one, though, has seen Itambé Minas from Brazil hit back, come back. They've looked a little more settled, a few errors from the Japanese as well. And it's one apiece between the Reds and the Blues. In 25 minutes, Minas won the second set, 25-22.
Pereira be delighted with the way things have gone. Statistically, same aces, same attacks, same errors. And it's just one block. How does that work out? That can't be right, can it? So the number of attacks, because it's none of that adds up to their respective scores. So we'll just move on to the 3D stats for blocks. These are the locations of the blocks and the touches that were made. It's not much difference, it's just a spread across the net really, and it's just telling you where the ball was touched because they're not block points. So it's a little bit of a false stat really in that sense, in terms of it's just showing you where the touches were made, but doesn't really then tell you within that which one of those were block points, or even which ones of those were then turned from defense into offense.
What's your assessment of what the Sunbirds did in that second set?
The one thing that Brazilian volleyball is famous for is its fight, its grit. You talk about this, the tenacity of teams, and they just fought. They got aggressive. They came back, they took their chances. Sunbirds didn't really do much wrong. A couple of missed serves and a couple of opportunities perhaps not taken. But other than that, it's Itambé who've had to step up, and they have done. It can always be just little things. You think about that Mazerski miss down the line when that would have given them an even further, a bigger lead that they already had. And it was just those little moments now, and that was the difference, you feel.
I suppose, as they say for swimmers, you've got to move faster when you're swimming against the tide, and I suppose the Sunbirds did more of the same in the second set as well, whereas Minas raised their game. So,
and the question then is, can Minas raise their game again? Because the Sunbirds have a level that is pretty consistent. Set 3 is about to get underway. Kenya Fujinaka with the serve for the Sunbirds. It's one set apiece in this second semi-final here in Bengaluru. Easy one that. And punished. So she took the dig. Muzeski brought the heat. Another good swing from Sanchez. He's been really difficult to deal with so far in this match. A set from Oya. What a set! He's 1m74. And he's also just managed to come up and play brilliant. He's back row as well, so he's not allowed to play it over the net. He's had to save it from going over the net. Oh dear, a timing issue. It wasn't quick enough from Orlando de Kelvy. And because it was too slow, he's already in the air and had his swing, and it's missed him. Sanchez to the rescue. That's a good leave. It's not far away. It's a good leave by the Sunbirds. Better play that time from Itambé. Orlando re-establishing Kelvy through the middle as a threat. Pass. If Muzeski had touched that, oh my goodness.
I saw a very animated conversation on the Sunbirds bench at the end of the second set, and I'm sure they would have very quickly looked back at what went wrong. They're already looking a little more settled than they were. At the end of the second, there's proof of it. Leka, look at the block and the celebration.
It's a lap of honour from Oya, and rightly so. He's just blocked Paolo. He's just... I tell you, I've said this before, but when you get blocks like this, they feel better than spikes. They really do. Fabulous. That's a great touch. So's that from Mikey. Another good touch from Mikey. Oh! Well played, Muzeski with the pancake. They're going to call for a touch, are they? They are requesting a touch. Orlando's saying he didn't touch it. They might be disappointed here, Sunbirds.
They look very convinced about that touch. Straight away. Cue Mission Impossible.
Some wonderful touches. Mikey digging Muzeski twice in a row. Muzeski then going full laid out to get the pancake. Not only that, he had a really good set as well in that rally. No, that little finger is spread, but the ball's already gone past it. No pinky touch, no point. The Sunbirds. Well played, Alan.
That is a Jaffa from Junior, Alain Junior.
So difficult to deal with on those pipe attacks at this level of volleyball. Good leave that. Paolo, they've got what you call a high line because it's a float serve, so they come and stand closer towards the net, the passing unit, so that they can volley the ball in if they need to. And then if it's coming past their head, they know it's going to be going out.
Crash, bang, wallop.
Yes, crash, bang, Muzeski. They set that up really well, Itambé. What they've done is they've served over that side, so they know that it's going to go to Muzeski. They played for that. They just haven't. They've given him too much line. And now Muzeski's into the front row. Boya hasn't made that. Itambé would really love for Paolo to get on a bit of a serving run. Everybody supporting Itambé.
Just hasn't worked today, has it?
Had 5 incredible aces so far in this tournament. As you say, so it's crazy, really. In one moment, you can be pushing everything and getting everything in, and the volleyball looks like it's a basketball and it's moving in slow motion. You can touch it and do what you like with it. In other days, it must be seen like it's going astronomical speed and the size of a golf ball. Good work from Renan. He's done well since coming on and replacing Isaac through the middle. Oh, he's done very well. Ace serve, that's right into that avenue of angst at the moment for the Sunbirds.
That is what you call a Renan rocket.
There's so much space between them and it's bisecting them absolutely perfectly. Well played, Fujinaka. Used his hang time, that ball catching the block, slowed it down a tad, but it still hit the floor before he landed.
Yes, a fireball that from Fujinaka. Still a 2-point lead for the Suntory Sunbirds from Japan, and Kota Yamamura, their coach since the last 2 years, will be relatively pleased with how things have gone so far in this third set after they lost that second set. They're surely going to 4 sets, regardless of whoever wins this third one. It's the service inconsistency that's really costing both teams, more so with Itambé Minas.
It's great to watch these two teams, two different styles of play, but actually they match up pretty well. We're seeing that in the way the points are going and the score lines of the sets. There's that moment of stillness from Sanchez when he's in the air. It's almost as if it's a freeze frame. He's up, waits, and then he pounces. Have a look at this. It's that moment here, and then he goes. And it's so quick then, once he fires that hip and gets it all the way up through his shoulder to his arm. Unable to capitalise on it, though, from the serving line.
Yes, Sanchez just hangs up in the air like a balloon with a bit of helium.
Paolo was crushing the ball. Well over serve. Oh dear, Onodera pinching that. He shouldn't have done. He really shouldn't have done. Now we are all square. It clips the net. Alan's got this. He's got it. No, he doesn't. Onodera's pinched it. Fujinaka can't save it. They have the point. That's made it. It'll be Alan to serve. A slender lead at the moment for the Sunbirds. Oh, that's a massive foot fault.
Trying to reach for it. That toss was not where he would have liked it to, just went too far ahead of him.
Tough one that, slightly behind Muzeski. They got a call against Onodera earlier on in the match for a throw, a catch ball, and they're trying to say he did it again, ref, and the ref's saying no, he didn't. Very well played, Renan. Delicate touch from him. Itambé with us, with the lead for the moment. That might have been going out. It's played anyway. And Sanchez makes an absolute monster block on Fujinaka.
Yep, just not enough elevation for and from the number 10, Fujinaka there. Once again.
Well, it's 2 in a row now, and the Sunbirds are going to call a timeout. This has changed very quickly in favour of Itambé Minas. Nobody buying that ball going to Saito, and that meant Renan could get out and help out and make the block. Things beginning to change here in favour of Itambé. Is the momentum swinging towards them? Questions that we're all thinking, no doubt, but only the teams have the answer. Volleyball to be played.
But the last 10 points, only 3 to the Sunbirds, 7 to Itambé Minas. A lot more settled, there's a lot more conviction and clarity and better execution, but how about that? How do you like that? Beautifully done. Kenji Saito.
Everyone's eyes are on the setter. Renan's gone down as Sato's gone up. He's never going to get there in time. Watch him drop, it's too late. The ball's then gone past him. Sato's really upset with himself that he wasn't able to stop that. He was a little bit reaching too far to his left.
The loser of this match will play against a Hawkback. Oh, what a serve! That is an absolute bombshell from Paulo. Finally, he gets it right.
We've been waiting for this serve all match long. 121 kilometres an hour. And that's out with some of the net taking a bit of pace off it.
Magic delayed is not magic denied.
I think I heard the net just go, ow!
Have some mercy. Have some mercy, Mr. Paulo Silva. Let's have emotions too.
Trying a little bit too hard with that one was Marcus Coelho, so it's a point for the Sunbirds, but it's really good at the moment for Itambé Minas. Lovely pass from Mikey. Even when the setter's drawn over away from the middle of the court, at this level they've still got an option to have a quick attack just in behind. Then a speedy ball out wide. Just delays Saito enough.
Marcus Coelho. Coelho, the alchemist.
Ferreira doesn't mind. Reynan's going off. He's a little upset with himself, but Ferreira's really organising his troops. He's living every point at the moment, and whereas, as you mentioned this earlier, Mamura just be calm on the exterior anyway. Oh, wowee! There was an aftershock after that one hit the floor.
That is some Brazilian salsa sauce.
Managed to get himself under the net without touching it as well, but goodness me, that was phenomenal. Change coming for Itambé Minas. Samuel's coming on, number 8, into the front row, Radke into the back row. So they're going to keep 3 front row attackers now, Itambé Minas, and try and build on this lead.
When in doubt, go to Muzeski. He is their fixed deposit. Their trump card, their go-to man, call him what you want.
You need somebody from the serving line to step up a little bit here to the Sunbirds. It's not a bad effort. It's free ball coming. Mikey, brilliant touch. Invites the Sunbirds to have another go. And they do. They had to work hard for it, but goodness, it's swinging back maybe down towards the Sunbirds.
There's a new player in the market. Number 6, Yuan Tai Yu. Says Muzeski, this one's for you.
They made a change. They're trying to get back into it. The change is being reversed now by Itambé Minas. Put Sanchez back on into the back row and Orlando into the front row. They're sacrificing their options, having more front row attackers for the stability. Team on court. Oh, Hoya! He's off again! He's made another monster block! Oh.
Shut the door on any external threat and use that man's expertise to do so.
Oh, it's a one-hander as well. Oh my goodness, even better. Oh, I say.
I love the celebration. I absolutely find it one of the most colorful things about this very impressive Sunbird side. Wow.
Just when we thought it might be going to Itambé for a 2-1 lead, maybe not. It's got very close, and we are as we were in set number 2 with 2020. Then it was all about who could have the best 5 points. It was Itambé.
The man with the ball in his hands, he seldom ever makes a service error. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, don't worry, I've done it loads. I've done it loads of times. Oh, classic.
This is a commentator's curse.
Really
I
is.
jinxed it, sorry.
Well, it didn't end up being too bad because Marcus Weller misses his serve for a point back. So we're as we were, 21-21 now.
The golden rule for us in the commentary box should be never tempt fate.
Can't help it though, can we? Alan. Good serve. Cheeky set. Oh no, I think there's a net touch against Paolo. There's going to be a net touch against him. Oya's absolutely convinced they're going to challenge this. Or was it the ball? Oh my goodness, Oya's absolutely positive that there was a net touch. You can challenge it, it's fine. You can challenge for a net touch.
Yep, they've got one challenge left.
Well, they have. You can't deny a challenge. It was... What are they asking the question about? I'm confused. Or maybe it was a net touch against Oya in the process. Well, that was one we'll have to find out about later on. Now I know. I reckon, just quickly go back to that last point, the ball might have hit the floor before Paolo made the net touch. Potentially. Could be rally over, but hey-ho, rally's over with that one as Muzeski gets it off the block and away.
Rare occasion when he goes down the line and ekes out a point. 22 apiece. And the Sunbirds go 2-1 up.
This is becoming a really pivotal set in this match right now. The way things are going, whoever takes this will feel really good about going on to win the match. waiting to decide who's the captain on court because Oya's gone off. And so at the moment, the captain on court now will be number 6, Yuan Yu. But he's the only person now who can talk to the ref. Onodera tries to do something, but it's in vain. Another point for Itambé. Really good swing there from Sanchez. Orlando, he's had some aces in this match already. We're not going to attempt anything. Good pass. Unforced error. It's set point now for Itambé Minas. Not before, though. There's a challenge for block touch. Didn't look like it caught anyone. Having a very long look at this. No one anywhere near it. Set point then for the Sunbirds. Orlando's going to serve again. It's a very easy ball. It could be costly. It is. Set point save for the moment. Alain's just landed a little bit on Renan here. There's no centre line fault. Now both players have actually landed on the centre line. For it to be a fault, the whole of your foot, all of your foot has to be over all of the line. So even if you had your feet down, the heels up and shadowing the line, it's not a fault. It's foot on the floor over the whole of the line. We got a sneaky view from that replay. What we're going to have now then is Itambé back to receive serve with their one chance to get the set one, having the opportunity to side out the ball. At this level, this might be the only chance they get. You work towards these. You practice similar scenarios like these during the week in the practice gym to try and recreate match-type situations. This is Alain coming down. Goes on the centre line, doesn't go over it. That was where the issue was. Renan's landing, just stubbed his toe on Alain's foot. Chance for Itambé to get it done from side out. Oya with the serve. The pretty good serve. And it's a brilliant block. 24-24. Oh my goodness.
The Sunbirds are out of the clouds. The dark clouds seem to have withered away for a while at least.
Sanchez doesn't hit many on that side of the court. It's rotation one, only the middle blockers. Renan is where he wants to be. Even Paolo on the other side's not in a usual position. So even though there's 3 front court attackers for Itambé Minas, it's not a great rotation. Oya to serve once again. Oh my goodness! They knew that was coming. That's such a good play from Sunbirds. Muzeski stayed where he was because they knew it was going to go to Paolo. And then he is able to get the block. This is such really good volleyball. Brilliant tactical play from the Sunbirds. Set point. Oh, goodness, Renan, there was some venom in that.
This is a decisive passage of play in this semi-final. So topsy-turvy, up and down. The Reds ahead one moment, then the Blues storm back. This is unreal stuff. This is what a semi-final should be like. Neither side giving an inch to the opposition. World-class stuff.
Muzeski, brilliant from him. He's just gone full on after it, over the top of the block, deep into that corner. And even one of the world's best liberos trying to defend it, couldn't keep it in play.
Trying to retrieve that ball, he almost destroyed the technical table.
Not going to give up on anything is Coelho. In fact, he's kicked it and he's trying to use it as a bit of a break. Lucky he didn't break anything. Set point once again. Yuantai Yu with the serve. Another example of a player, they don't need to be tall to be good at this game. He's 1m86, does have a decent jump, good skills. He's disappointed he didn't make that last serve. Now Renan with the serve. Easy one for Fujinaka. And Saito does really, really well. It's set point number 3 now for the Sunbirds. A serving substitution coming in the form of Hiroki Nishida.
Onodera is back as well. Hiroki Nishida, a 26-year-old setter, been with the team since 2020. Love the spirit of the Japanese, the Sunbirds.
There's a dig, there's a chance. There was a chance. It disappeared very quickly. It evaporated. That dig was made, and then Alan's got thinking he's going to go and get a swing, and there's nobody there, so it's an easy put away. Tactical serve. Well played on the Onodera. Lovely set as well from Oya in the middle of that rally to go to Onodera. Another set point. It goes to show you how difficult it is at times to win a point when you're the serving team. It is far easier to win a point when you're the team receiving serve, more often than not.
And I'm not going to say a word about Muzeski's service.
Oh, goodness, it's squeezed through. That ball has had to change shape to get through that block. How did it not end up going back to Itambé Minas' side of the court?
This is a mad marathon.
Marcus Coelho to serve. Touch! What a touch! It was always going to be tricky. Not only that, Sanchez's back row, and he's ended up taking off miles in front of the 3-meter line.
Aishi Onodera once again in a 1v1 battle. Right place, right time, lovely block. Sunbirds love it. Another set point. With the junior getting ready to serve. Minas trying to make a substitution of him.
He's trying to work out where he is. Normally when the players hold their hand up and then do a circle and say, where am I in the rotation? He's been told he's at front court in the middle. What a save! But what a block! And they do it! The Sunbirds take the set in dramatic fashion, 30-28, and they lead by 2-1 here in Bengaluru. What a game!
Wow, what an absolute screamer of a set we've had. A cracking climax to this third set. The Sunbirds, after losing the second, storm back with some red-hot shots, some great blocks, some magic from Muzeski.
It might not be. They've called a challenge at Itambé, so just when we thought it was all over, it might still be going. Not sure what they're going to challenge for, really, other than they're just clutching at straws. The ball had hit the net. Now, because the ball hit the net off the serve, the net was going up and down in that rally, and what tends to happen is you kind of forget that, and then in the midst of it all, you see the net going up and down at the end of the point, and think, oh, there must have been a net touch. There must have been something. But the net was still moving when Sunbirds made the block. So if the net did come up and touch them, it wouldn't be a fault. See, the net's moving anyway. And there is no net touch, because the ball has also hit the floor. So it is, and we can now say it is the Suntory Sunbirds set. And they do lead by 2-1. We are being royally treated here to some superb semi-final action. The Suntory Sunbirds leading by 2-1. Let's have a look then at the statistics. More aces from Itambé. Similar number of attacks so far. But it's the Sunbirds who are coming up with more blocks. This is the set of contact. Sunbirds have been putting a decent amount of pressure on. And look at that. The passing of the Sunbirds has been quite magnificent at times. You have to also look at the serving from Itambé. Was it really tough enough? Sunbirds are one set away from a place in the final. Has been so close. These are the highlights from the match, from the set that's just happened. There are plenty of them. It's been spectacular. This is how it ended up getting one. Really good save from Orlando. That could have easily hit the floor. But it's just a little bit too far inside for Sanchez. Onodera's read it perfectly. Set 4 is about to get underway. It will be Itambé, who will have the service potentially. Not, yes, it will be. Will be Orlando. Sunbirds up 2-1. Bengaluru keeping his place on court for the Sunbirds. Away we go with set number 4. A must-win set now for Itambé Minas. Sunbirds are 1 set away from a place in the gold medal match. And a strong start by the team from Japan. An easy one for Mikey to deal with. That's too low. Is it in the net? No, Onodera did touch it. Telling the coach, don't you call for a challenge. No one's touched that though. And it will be a point for Itambé Minas. Nice pass, that's a tough serve. Good up, Orlando. And Itambé beginning to bloom, maybe. 3-1. 3-1. I was looking at the set scores then. I've still got it wrong. 2-1. 2-1, 2-1. What an incredibly tough serve it brings. And now there's a transition chance here for Itambé. And it is now 3-1. Muzeski ready to serve. One not making it. If this game goes to a 5th set, we wouldn't be surprised, given the way that the match has panned out, especially now they've got a 3-point lead already here at Itambé, so Suntory are calling timeout. Sanchez just needing to check Pereira. Tactical input in these matches. That's unlucky. Off the shoulder number for Marcus Coelho. 2 points in it at the moment, but Itambé, if they side out, will go to 3 ahead. Pressure on the Sunbirds, which they do. A good game as Marcus Coelho. He's come in and started this match ahead of the captain, Lucas Lowe. Read by Orlando. Oh, yes! Well, he's got a career on the beach if he wants it, that's for sure, with cut shots like that.
Deft, delicate, delightful from the number 10, Marcus Vinicius Coelho there.
Nice touch, Sanchez. It's getting better and better for Itambé Minas. And dare we say it, we might be going to 5. Got a 5-point lead. Fujinaka's come back in. Ventayu has left the court.
Eyes on the ball at all times from the Sunbirds. There you saw Taishi Onodera was ready, primed for this moment. Just drills it beautifully in open space.
Oh, what a touch! That is amazing from Onodera. And it's Itambé who take the point, despite that moment of magic from the middle blocker from the Suntory Sunbirds. How much he knew about it doesn't matter. He was in the right place at the right time to at least give the Sunbirds a chance to try and get the point.
Rare occasion when you block Mozeski. Standing sideways. Oh, let it go. This floats away outside.
He's a smaller target if he stood sideways, that's for sure. But he just wants to get round quickly, get out of the way, so he's available to have his hit in the back row. He's into the front row, Mozeski. Oya with a serve. Good cut from Renan. Really good to see how Itambé responded in this set after losing the last set in such a close fashion when they had chances maybe themselves to have seen it over the line.
I'm just thinking, someday I'd love to see a game between two Japanese sides.
It's a bit like watching, I reckon, yes, and I would liken it to watching ice hockey with the puck moving so fast, the ball moves so fast, it's brilliant.
More rallies?
More rallies, more touches, and just incredible examples of skill. That's in from Sanchez, he knew it. They had the Japanese All-State High School Championships on BBTV, and you're talking at players who are in 14s, 15s, and it was phenomenal. The level, the speed of what they were doing and the control that they had. Nothing that Oya could do with that one, an easy block for Sanchez.
Truly a global sport which has multiple hotspots.
Asia used to dominate Japan, Olympic gold medalists back in the 60s, I think 1964. At the first time volleyball came out, I think Japan might well have been the no one could. And then you get the big teams coming in now who can play a similar style. You've got bigger players who can do it. And then that makes it a bit more tricky for Japan as a result, hence the slight decline in what scintillating. A hard hit. By the time you realise it's a roll shot, it's too late. Everybody's moving backwards, no one's able to change their position quickly enough to get to the ball.
That's not rock and roll, it's roll and rock.
(14-8), really good comeback in this match for Itambé Minas. Well, that was now Japan, I would say Japan, Sunbirds saying, well, why is that not a catch ball against Renan? We had one against us. That's not fair. No, he's gone through it, but the ball's left his hand very quickly.
Always looks more dubious in a replay, doesn't it?
Alan to serve. Wonderful ace serve from Alan. Itambé cannot think that this is done and dusted by any stretch of the imagination. This is a really, really good serve from Alan. Tactical change for Itambé. Lucas Lowe has come in, Ala's gone off, just to strengthen this passing unit for a moment. Oh, that's an ace, that's right in the corner! And now there's a timeout coming. Let's have another look at this. It's Mikey's taken a step to his left and he wishes he hadn't now. Alan's looking for a hat-trick of aces. Not going to happen. Side out achieved. Itambé will feel pretty good now with a 5-point advantage. Lovely set that from Orlando. Even as a middle block, even when you get there and you think you're going to do something, it's still so difficult to stop the ball from coming past you.
The blockers were ready. They aligned themselves. Fujinaka and Sato, but that went out.
was just a moment where he thought it might well have landed in. Turns out to be an excellent swing from Sanchez. Tactical serve, and it works. The block was waiting. Sunbirds request a timeout. It has been an epic game of volleyball between two teams, giving it everything they've got to try and book their place in the final. We're still no closer to knowing who's going to be there just yet. All we know for now is that Itambé are looking pretty good to take this match into a deciding fifth set in a race to 15. 6-point leads, pretty difficult to call back. Side-out points are fine. It's really a case for the Sunbirds to try and build, get back into their rhythm, knowing, I mean, they know that this is in all likelihood going to go to a deciding fifth set.
Yep, and as a neutral myself, and most people here in this venue are neutrals. They'd love this to go to the fifth.
So would I. I'm also a neutral. I would love it to go to 5. We get to see our first 5-setter of a semi-final. I think we've had one setter. Have we ever? I'd see it. Maybe the goldfish. Terrible. It was the Sunbirds again, wasn't it? Against. But it's somewhere. Everyone's shouting at their screens. That was a cracking game, and it was just the point they needed, which gave them 4 points in the end. Now it looks like they're going to be involved.
Lovely serve. Boom! Lands outside. Unfortunately.
It's just, I'm sure at times the blockers up against Paolo was thinking, please don't hit it so hard, this is going to sting, it's going to sting. Luckily it was Sanchez on that occasion. Still hits it hard. Orlando back to serve. Itambé couldn't have wished to be in a better position in this set. Well played, Ilan. Carlos taking away one thing, but Allen hit somewhere else.
Such a lovely rhythm to that set and spike. Perfect pace, angle, height for Alan Jr. And he goes down the line with that arrow.
Clever stuff. Onodera makes a slight touch, but only just ends up taking it away from himself. Can't get to it.
The defensive fire that we saw from the Sunbirds in that first set somehow seems to have disappeared.
Difficult to maintain your level right throughout the match. Paolo didn't start well. He's then started to come good. He's unlucky with that serve. It wasn't far away. Sometimes in this situation, some teams, some coaches will go, yeah, this set's gone, and just take their starting players out, put the bench on to rest those players ready for the next set, try and wear out the team that are going to take the set a bit more. None of that's happened here. Both teams just going at each other. And Itambé going about the business of taking the points they need to win this set. They need 3 more. Such a nice hit from Alain because he's got 2 blockers in front of him, but he hasn't tried to hit it really steep inside the 3-meter line. He's gone for that last third of court, so his height is really good, and he's then over the top of Renan as he's coming in as a result of it.
To me, it seems like perhaps the toughest skill to go cross-court from zone 4 for a right-hander. Goes long, or does it? Is there a touch?
I think he's just caught that. I think that the touch is on the side of the court. Nicely done there. Onodera knows because Coelho's jumped with him, there's no one then behind Coelho. So the tip just over the top here is perfect. No one else can get to that. Oh no! Alain touched it! What was he thinking? I'll tell you, he must have been thinking it caught the block for him to want to play that. It's a complete miss hit. That's going out. Surely that was going out. Either way, we'll never know now. It's the point for Itambé. They've got set point. A good serve.
One set point saved. 5 more in the bag.
This would be some stupendous turnaround if they could do it. Is Muzerski going to go block? He's going to go after Paolo. Renan doesn't find his mark, so delayed yet again, but not cancelled. Well, they're challenging for a net touch against the Suntory Sunbirds. It's very rare that there is a net touch and the second referee hasn't spotted it at this level of volleyball. From the same side as the blocking team. That's all they're looking for. There is no touch. Well, that looked a little bit sticky, a little bit lifty, but play continues. And it's still going. Oh, what a ball that is. But that's unfortunate. It was just a little too wide. And in the end, the point goes to Itambé. They take the set 25-20. And that means we are going 5.
The 5th lap, which is a race to 15 coming up. That's how it all ended. Well, the Sunbirds have blown hot and cold after winning that first set. And that's where we are. It's even Stevens at the end of 4. And a spot in the finals up for grabs. Perugia wait for their opponents. Which one it shall be? The Blues from Brazil or the Reds from the land of the rising sun? 25-20. It took 23 minutes for Itambé Minas to level scores.
Couple of aces each, one extra block. But in the context of it now, Itambé are running away with their attack points. However, now, in a race to 15, things are slightly different. Can feel a little bit fast and furious at times. The Sunbirds had plenty of options with where they wanted to put the ball. Over half of the passes in the sweet spot, same too for Itambé, and that's a big difference for them. Much better in that respect than it was the set before. And as a result of that, able to put the ball wherever they want to. When you get that ball in that middle sort of half circle, and the setter is then setting the ball from effectively the middle of the court, they're able to spread the ball wide to the wings, to the antenna and to the back row really quickly. So that means the middle block is always going to be playing catch-up. If they get dragged over or they get dragged away into the outer zones, that means there is no middle attack they can run either. So suddenly the options are reduced and the block's got time to get in position. So the more you can put the ball to the middle of the court, just off the net, the more options you've got to run very quickly right in front of you with the middle attacker. And it means the other middle blocker's got to stay. And then, if you go wide, the middle blocker's going, oh, I'm not going to get that, and you get one-on-one. So that's why that sweet spot, that you're always aiming to put that ball middle of the court, maybe a metre off the net. At this level, 2 metres is even perfect. And you'll see that a lot. These are the highlights from the set. Now we've got a set to come, which can almost feel like a roll of the dice at times as to which way it's going to go.
It's these moments where great players raise their game, and this man could script a fabulous winning story for his team, the Sunbirds. On the other hand, Paulo has been a bit hot and cold and up and down with his serves, can make amends as well for all those errors. Renan has been solid in a few key moments for Sunbirds. Onodera, Fujinaka, Seto, Aki.
Just the point that the Sunbirds were looking for to get this fifth set underway. We'll send Seto back to the serving line.
Where's Michael Sanchez been?
Fantastic, what a swing that was. A player who's really come good in this match, having got the start. As a result of that, Coelho now, every time he gets the ball, he seems to do something with it. Sanchez has got 15 points in this match. Vinicius has got 14 points. Paulo, not quite what he would have liked from his serving, but he's been making up for it in other areas. Excellent pass. It's desperate stuff from the Sunbirds, just trying to get themselves in the way of the ball. But another good example of that. Nice pass to the middle of the court, and now you can spread the play. Middle's got to stay in the middle. Oya's got hardly any chance of making a stop, neither Fujinaka.
Can't blame Fujinaka. He had to stay low in the backcourt. Shot set, and boom. I like the air around the Sunbirds in this fifth and final.
Speed of the set Really nice to watch. Nonodera's up there waiting.
That movement so much like an archer.
It's very much like that, the way you would pull back the bow to fire the arrow, and that's a good visualization skill for juniors learning to hit. Key thing is as well, your point with your left hand, your non-hitting hand, you're pointing at the ball first, so it keeps your left hand nice and high, so you can stay high when you attack with your right. Renan's headed that one away, but there's a net touch against Onodera, who's saying, I didn't. Thing is, if the ball's still in play and it was heading out over the baseline, so Onodera came down, did he drag the net with him? Or did his hand hit the net as he had the swing and came through? Find out very shortly which way this point's going. Not had much to do in the match as Wilmot, but ready to play as and when required, that's for sure. Moment of contemplation for Fujinaka. And for Isak, who has been off the court. He just tweaked his ankle way back when now. Seems like it was yesterday, and this game's gone on for a while. But that meant Renan has come in, number 13, and really has played so well. And look at the points. He's managed 14 points, 4 block points, break points, sorry. So he's in transition, he's got the ball on 4 occasions to score points with it. The best scorer for the Suntory Sunbirds. Here we go. Well, there is a touch. Keep your eye when it's the foot as he comes down. Really good spot. That's what the second referees are there for. And he wouldn't have felt it because it was his shoe and he's falling. Minute as the touches as it was. Great spot by the referee.
The 3 top scorers for the Sunbirds. 20 to Muzeski, 15 to Junior. Let's make that 21 to Muzeski. 15 to Junior and 12 to Onodera.
And they were the players that we talked about. You get that triangle of players. Onodera with 11 points. That's good going for the middles. They've tried to use them as much as possible. Renan's loving it. Touch. Oh, and everybody had got too close, got drawn in towards the net. Nobody stayed deep. Sunbirds called timeout. Everybody started creeping in and creeping up, and they didn't need to.
I tell you, the crowd here at the Koramangala Indoor Stadium, very happy to see a very, very long 5th set because it is Saturday night. Why get into traffic? Avoid it, leave late.
It's been epic. The fans have enjoyed it. It's great. It's a 5 set. The only downside, the 5 set of that Sunbirds were involved in against Santa Cruzeiro was a loss for them. And this isn't about the set score or anything, it's about win or lose. Doesn't matter how you win, you're in the final, you lose, you got to fight for bronze. Itambé up by 2. Oh no, that's twice now he's hit that antenna at Muzeski. He's come in and then it's gone a little bit wide on him and he's trying to go back to the line. Didn't work.
Yep, cutting it too fine, Muzeski. The 20s he is. Oh, just wasn't there. Had to change his shot. Boom. Suddenly, Muzeski's gone off the boil.
I'm not sure he was expecting that swing either. Lovely play, though, from Sanchez, who's been just an ever-present and just been playing his volleyball, his brand of volleyball, right from the get-go. That's more like a bit of frustration vented for Muzeski.
Can't keep him down and quiet for too long, can you, Muzeski?
Jinaka, desperate attempt to try and save that. Now that might be a bit painful. He's gone crashing into the chairs. Absolutely no thought for his own welfare. It's going to be okay. Okay, he's kind of just slid into it a bit, nothing too bad. Renan. It's landed in. Excellent swing from Alain. Looked for a moment as if it was going to go out. Got out of the way of it, thinking it was going to go out. Itambé have put themselves in a wonderful position in this deciding set, up by 3, siding out to try and go up by 4. They will not want to let the Sunbirds into this at all, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Inching closer to that finish line. The opponents in the finals. The mighty Italians waiting.
Great dig by Mikey. Oh dear. Right, he's going to call that as a double touch, isn't he? Oh, he's calling it as a catch ball. Okay. This is the thing with volleyball. You've got what are subjective decisions, and what I mean by that is they're open to interpretation. One referee might call it one way, one might not, and those are whether it's a double touch or whether it's a catch ball. And it's entirely up to the referee, and if you can accept that as a player and as a coach, it makes you that much better. Because you just go, yeah, okay, you move on to the next one. Really difficult to do, mine, particularly when it goes against you.
Great serve! That is a sensational serve from the Chinese Yuan Taiyu.
Ooh, indeed. It's not often Mikey gets beat like that. Suddenly that lead's not so big. Olivier Lessat having a chat to the team, and now Ferraro having a chat with his players. 11 minutes gone of this deciding set. Itambé up by 2. They side out, they go up by 3. Then they're only 4 away from the win. All of those things are things that the players on the court won't be or shouldn't be thinking about. They just got to be thinking about what they need to do right now. Focus on the processes. Yuan Tai with the serve. Oh, goodness, what a touch. So is that. Oh, no, it's a shame. Bit of perspiration on that ball. And it just bobbles through, just slipped through the fingers. Out of your picture, whilst we were just seeing that picture of Paolo, the coach has just given him the thumbs up to really go after this if he wants. Oh, he did as well, didn't he? He just threw it a little bit too far in front of him. Lucas Lowe's coming in to pass and play defence. They're not worried about the pipe attack here. They're worried about making sure they get a great ball in because they've got 3 front court attacking options they can call on. Nicely done by Fujinaka. Great block from Renan, and from Kelby, I should say.
That is blocking perfection for you on display on the world stage. Lined himself up beautifully and then says, sorry, not allowed. The door is shut, come again later.
Trouble here for the Sunbirds. It's into transition. Everybody wants a piece of this. And it's Sanchez who gets it. And now we are getting close to the end, are we? It's looking like it for the Sunbirds. Itambé need 2 points to go to the final.
Well, despite the flavour that the Sunbirds have brought to this tournament, it looks like it's slipping away. Unless that man can work his magic. They're still trailing the Sunbirds by 3 points.
It's last chance saloon for Itambé, and it's going to be Allen to go back and serve. Three aces would do very nicely. Oh, he's thrown it quite far. But he's got one anyway! Oh, my goodness! Both Mikey and Lucas Lowe ended up somehow on the floor. I think because they realised of this change, and they were trying to change their direction, and both of them have lost their footing.
What's on Lady Luck's mind?
She's certainly got a bit of a smirk going. More of a Mona Lisa-esque one at the moment.
And a wink.
Brilliant pass, Mikey. Oh, it's net touch, though, from Sanchez, and it's 2 in a row, and it is very much game on. We've got a challenge coming. Minero, Itambé Minas believe that there's a net touch against the Sunbirds. If there is, I would then be arguing that that was because Sanchez has hit and knocked one of the Sunbirds players into the net, in which case that shouldn't be a fault because there's interference by him.
If it goes in the favour of the Itambé Minas, it shall be match points.
Goodness me, what a game. What a game.
The best so far in this tournament.
It's just all exciting, isn't it? They've got their moments from a neutral's point of view, of course. For a place in the final, we've gone for the 5th set. It's 13-12. Now we're waiting to see if there's a net touch here. But this is Sanchez as he comes down. Look, it's crikey. Sanchez is fortunate the net's helped him. He's the first in the net, and then the net's hit on Adera.
1 point the difference between the two sides now. It's 13-12 to Itambé Minas from Brazil. Remember how different life was when they lost that first set. Sean back won the second. The Sunbirds said we'll win the third. Minas won the fourth. Here we are then, with just a 1 point gap in the fifth and final. Big serve coming up. Alain Jr. Boom! It's match point for Itambé Minas from zone 4. Marcus Vinicius Coelho with a vicious spike.
He's just gone for it. He's got an angle and he said, I am going to make sure of it. This has to be sided out. And it is sided out. But now one glorious opportunity for Itambé Minas to put this to bed. There's a challenge coming for a centre-line fault. That ball's hit the floor way before any faults come, if of any at all. That ball was down before Alain landed. There's going to be no fault here. This is all about just slowing things down a bit. Take the sting out of whatever the Sunbirds are going to want to do. It's going to be Onodera to serve his jump float serve, which is quite tricky. But it's one side-out chance here for Ferreira's team to book their place in the final. Wait, we watch, we wonder.
Usha await their opponents for their grand finale tomorrow night. Which of these two it shall be? The Reds or the Blues?
Both feet touching the floor, one after the other. Both are in contact with the centre line. There is no fault. It's whole of the foot, all of the foot over the centre line for it to be a fault. But not only that, by the time he landed, the ball had already hit the floor. They would have then had to have a look at that. This is it. Their golden opportunity. They need a good ball in. Onodera with the serve to try and disrupt the serve-receive unit for Itambé. Oh, it's not bad. This will go wide. Sanchez. Good up Muzeski. What a save! Oh, yes! Oh, my goodness. We've talked about Muzeski and his ability to have a swing and put the ball on the floor and his blocking. But it's his defense that has kept the Sunbirds in it.
This is crazy. This is unreal. This is the stuff of dreams. Who writes these scripts? Oh, Muzeski magic is Midas touch. Oh my word, how close was that to the finish line? The Sunbirds stay alive. It's 14 apiece now. Have they missed the bus, the Brazilians?
They still have advantage. They side out. They'll have a match point, but they've got to do it from the serving line. We're back to old school volleyball, where only winning from serve will make the difference. Side out achieved. And now Paolo comes back on. As we have a look at that, Alain couldn't adjust himself quickly enough.
Stay in the moment, stay switched on, stay focused. These are hashtag notes to self for these players on court. Another match point opportunity for Itambé Minas from Brazil.
Everyone just taking a breath, but okay, right, reset, refocus. This is magic. This is anyone's for the taking. The only people that are happy right now are Perugia, seeing both these teams go to 5 and now go beyond the 15-point mark. That is some touch. Oh, goodness. Oh, yes. Sanchez is the saviour for Itambé.
The 37-year-old opposite from Cuba, Michael Sanchez, comes up with the goods in that big nervy moment. Goes cross-court, comes up with the winner. Another match point opportunity, the third.
They've got a swing for it. But they can't get a full swing. And the Sunbirds can come again with Muzeski. But he can't find the angle. It's it. It's all over. They've done it. Itambé Minas have booked their place in the gold medal match here in Bengaluru. What a phenomenal game we have just witnessed.
Just look at the celebrations. They were down in the dumps. It all seemed lost. It all seemed over. But then they fought. They fought back valiantly like warriors from Brazil. The Sunbirds are feeling the blues from Brazil. The date is set. It's Perugia versus Itambé Minas. It is Italy versus Brazil in the summit clash of the Volleyball Club World Championships 2023. My heart goes out to the Sunbirds from Japan. They look so good, but in the moments that mattered most, Itambé Minas held their nerve, and they've gone past the Sunbirds. What a match we've had. One team has to lose, and the other one goes through.
That is the beauty and the cruelty of this sport. There are no draws in volleyball. And now